Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody. Reverend Rob Lee here. Wow, bangarang, another Monday. Here we go. Yes. And Cynthia, I agree with you. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Brandon, hi. All the people lurking around out there in the audience somewhere, welcome, 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 and pop in and give us your question. You know, I was playing around when I posted this and was like, I want to do something special. And Brandon, I really appreciate your question, but came up with this spread, the hidden reality spread. And this is where we're going to use 3 cards tonight. And no matter what the situation is, we're going to talk about the blind spot. So Brandon, there you go. What current is hidden from me that'll be soon given light exposure. All right. The internal blocking. What am I blocking? What's standing in my way that is something I can take care of? And then we're going to come up with a conscious action. You know, this is something that you need to either adjust your attitude or some type of quality or something you need to adopt to get there and get to wherever you need to be. Okay. So no matter what the question. So Brandon, I feel like this is a good night. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Jennifer, glad to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The tribe's coming in. All right, here we go. So Brandon, let's take a look. I love the way you worded this question, buddy. Okay. What's currently hidden from me that'll be soon given light or exposure? Thank in advance. So what are we not seeing? Let's look at the blind spot. So let's look at something's being shown to you, okay, but there's something you're not seeing because you're kind of got your blinders on or you're looking around. Let's get here, bring this up, and do a quick shuffle and our cut, and we will go right from there. So for Brandon, I'm being told because I want to concentrate on Brandon. What is the hidden reality that needs to be seen or needs to know that's affecting his life? All right, right now, what's coming up? What do we need to know? Is there something that's going to be brought into light? So here we go. We're going to cut the cards. And your first card, the light card. Wow, the blind spot. We have the 5 of Wands. Now, this is a piece of the puzzle you're currently overlooking. There's some type of conflict going on, or there's something that's not, you don't feel quite right with, but you don't know what it is. But this is saying there's drama coming in, something you're passionate about, your feelings, your will, might be involving friends or even family, but other people are involved in this drama about something you're wanting to do, something you want to go. And this is what's kind of blocking or what's happening that you're not seeing. Is there, I'm getting the feeling like, is there agita, Brandon, about somebody, something they're doing or whatnot? And this very well could be what's going to come to light for you. Okay. Now then, what we have here is the next card is the internal block. Now, we're like, that's the Queen of Wands. Notice here, Brandon, all of the cards are wands, okay? Which is telling me this is deep within something you want to do, your passions, your will, that type of thing. And this is your block. Is it a female figure? Is it an elderly female figure? A motherly figure, a grandmotherly figure? Or is it the fact that you're not taking care of you first? You have to be independent and not worry. And this is what I'm really picking up about so many other people. The Queen often comes in when it says it's time for us to nurture and grow our own garden. So the internal block is, this is a defense that something's happening, a limiting belief. We've even got, when I put in my description, a subconscious habit acting as a barrier. It often highlights that you are avoiding or are too comfortable with to face. So what this is saying is you might be too worried about other people, not just their opinions, but maybe even taking care of other people or whatnot. And that's holding you back a little bit from being able to break free. And this is what's going on. So if this is a block, you need to start looking at yourself more. What serves your good? What serves your benefit? Where are you going to go? Because when we look at that as a block, that can be hard. Who gets in the way most of the times of our dreams, goals, or things we want to do? We do, in our own way. So the last card is the conscious action. This is, wow, look here, the path forward. Stop letting things delay you, okay? If it's worry, if it's fear, okay? It doesn't always have to be about other people. But what you need to do is trust yourself, trust what you've been given, trust you know what to do, okay? And keep moving on in the direction you need to go for your happiness and for your joy. This is what's going to be coming to light real soon, is that this is all going on in the underworld of your life, okay? And this is how you're going to break free of it. Don't be afraid to walk away from people, leave some things behind, and move ahead. Don't let the fear of failure or what other people are going to think or what fear of failure is huge with us, with everybody. I know it's huge for me. It even keeps me stopping. People are like, you have a fear of failure? Who doesn't? Especially if you're going to make a big gamble or try something. If you've tried something and it's never been quite right, and something always falls through, we get to where we're afraid to try again. What this is saying is you're going to have to move forward, okay? You're going to have to take charge. 0, you are the beginning. You are where this is going to have to take forward. You're going to have to leave a lot of stuff behind and step forward in this journey you're wanting to take, all right? And not let anything of fear stop you or keep you from moving. All right. Wow. Bangarang. Brandon, that's really cool. Okay. That sounds right. Take care of my own needs first. Yes. Yes. We get to where we're so tied up in taking care of other people and helping other people that we forget we have to take care of ourselves. I preach this all the time, whether it's in self-care or if I start not being happy, sometimes subconsciously, I'm not living the life I want to live. And that's where my anger's coming from, or where we get that irritation because we're not looking to be healthy inside ourselves and we don't realize it. It's become such a habit. So that is, that's an excellent statement, Brandon, and a way to look at it. Okay. So banger, glad you're there. Hey, everybody, hit the like button, hit the share. But subscribe. Please make sure we're subscribing and sharing this with everybody else, okay? Jennifer, I see you there. Let's take a look and find out what's going on with Miss Jennifer. Welcome. All right. Jennifer, can I get a general reading, please? Thank you. Absolutely. So we're going to follow this format, Jennifer. I think it's a great format. And it was something I asked Spirit. I said, I want to come up with a reading on Monday night. It's just not, does he love me? I want something to kind of answer everybody's question. And this is what kind of came up as I was playing with the cards. So that's the reason we got the blind spot. What's going on that you're currently overlooking? Let's start there, okay? And I'm shuffling here. Let's get this back up. All right. So we're going to do our cut. And we're going to look at the blind spot, Jennifer. Here we go. So the blind spot, is it commitment? Is there something you're not? This is always supposed to be a great and overwhelming card, but if this is our blind spot, somebody could be giving you having romantic intentions that you're not aware of or you're overlooking, okay? Are you overlooking? Is there a problem in your relationship, or are you not paying enough attention to your relationship? And it may be a relationship at work. It may be a relationship with a friend. Doesn't have to be romantic, okay? But a lot of times Romance comes with the Lovers. So this is what I want you to see. What are you overlooking in a particular relationship? Examine your relationships and see if there's something you might be overlooking or something you might not have paid attention to. All right. So then we've got the internal block. What's standing in your way? Wow. Okay. 5 of coins. Now, the 5 of coins, this could be what's standing in your way. Is there somebody that might be offering to help you, or you might be being a little too afraid to ask for help? That's kind of what I'm picking up here. You need to rely on people. You need to understand you're not in this alone. Okay. And it's okay to take help, to ask somebody's opinion or whatnot. Realize everybody has the ups and downs. We've all been in this position, because very next card is them helping somebody out. So because they've overcome this, the 6 of coins. All right. So what I want you to understand here is the block we've got going here, from what I see, is asking for help, okay, and relying on it. We've got the Lovers in a relationship, asking for help and finding out what's going on, okay? And finally, the conscious act, what you need to focus on as you move forward. Look here, 9 of Wands. I'm getting a feeling like you've gotten a little bit tired of something anymore. We all get there. You're kind of a little bit disgusted. All right. But and you're ready to go throw everything out. Well, what I'm here to tell you is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay. You're tired. You're beat. You don't want to fight this fight anymore, whatever this journey is, whatever it is that's going on. But the action you need to remember, our warrior here, okay, is down on one knee, but she's not out. All right. She's feeling beat up, but she's got the stamina, and Spirit is coming in to say, you've got enough strength to continue the fight and doing what's going on. And again, this is in the Will, the Wands. So it's interesting when we got the Lovers and the commitment, okay, in some type of relationship. 5 of coins, asking for help, and that's in the real world with something that's going on. But then the 9 of Wands, that not giving up spiritually, okay? That not moving ahead. You want to stand up, take a breather, but it's time to stand up and move ahead and continue to fight the good fight. All right? Wow. Banger. Okay. Jennifer, that was cool. Let me know. Love to hear what you think of that and what's happening. But that's what I've got right now. So let's see where we're at here. Cynthia, I'm going to piggyback on Brandon. Great question. What might be hidden from me that I need to know? Thank you. You're welcome. I thought it was a great question. I thought that's, a lot of times we think we know it all and we keep charging ahead. And sometimes we need to stop. And sometimes, just like in Jennifer's place, we got to talk to other people, because there are, I was watching one of my blood shows, the crime shows before this while we were having dinner. And on like cold cases, they wait, then they bring in new people for fresh eyes, fresh look. And sometimes we need to do that. So here we go. Let's find out for Cynthia. All right. What's the blind spot? What's lying out there that we can't see? All right. Let's take a look at that. There we go. And now, boom. Miss Cynthia, so good to see you. Wow, we've got the Devil card. Now, let's talk about the Devil card. A lot of times this comes up referring to addictions, but what is an addiction? Okay. Is it just habits that might not be healthy for us, either mentally, spiritually, or where are we at? Are our problems a lot of times of our own making? We've gotten too involved in stuff, too involved in other people's stuff, okay? Or we've allowed people to drag us into their stuff. But the reminder here is to break those chains, that it's up to you. We don't have to say yes. We can say no. But for many people, that's a very hard thing to do. And I understand that as well. All right. So what I'm saying here is that there are some things that's going on in your life you kind of change yourself to, and it's time to let some of that go. Don't take the responsibility for it. Okay. You got to step away. You got to walk away and say, this is not me. This doesn't help me. And by not helping me, that means I'm no longer in full service to help you because I am down, I am in trouble, things like that. Is that making sense? All right. So then we have the internal block, the internal defense, a limiting belief, something that's holding us up. And guess what? The King of Swords, taking charge of our mental faculties. All right? That we can make decisions. We start letting emotions run over, or we're over analyzing everything. We have the King of Swords here. So this could be a male in your life that's older, could be I say older, more mature. All right. But this also could be that what's going on is you're making too many rules and wanting everybody to act and think just like you do. All right. So this is one of the things we have to be very, very careful of when the King of Swords comes up and talks about an internal block. Are we not thinking? Are we narrow-minded? Have we allowed our concept of a situation to keep us the blinders on? Are we making people try to conform to our ideals and things like that? This is what's going on. So we got to break free. And that follows this card, the Devil, to a T, about breaking free and us realizing we're our own problem sometimes. We're allowing ourselves to be used. Then we get into here. I want everybody to think like me. Why don't they appreciate me? Why don't they do that? I understand that. Understand that wholeheartedly. But let's look at the action that's going to move you forward. Now we have the King of Wands. Look, we have two kings here. This is the one kind of causing problems. But the King of Wands is stepping up to say, I have to set some boundaries. I have to proceed in life with my joy. Okay? And here's one of the things, especially I know a little bit about you a little bit. So people like you and I, we tend to tell ourselves, we lie to ourselves that we're being happy because we're helping somebody all the time, when sometimes we're not. We're fooling ourselves. We need to follow our own path and our own dream. We have to own that. And when people start keeping us from it, all of a sudden you start feeling tired. When you get done at the end of the day, I didn't get done anything that I wanted to get done. My day didn't go the way I wanted it to. Why not? And that's where we would refer back here. Was that of our own making? Okay. Was it other people were not on the same wavelength? The King of Wands going forward. Be the king. Act like the king. And help yourself in that spiritual awareness and where you want to go. It's very important. Like if you want to have time with doing some candles or making some things happen and you need that, okay? Then there's time to say, stop putting that aside to help everybody else. No. Because especially when we're helping younger people, all right, our lives are shorter than theirs. I want to enjoy my life at this stage, okay? Doesn't mean I always say no, but at some point, there's some of their crap, they got to carry it. It's on them. I get to live my life. Does that make sense? All right? So set some boundaries, get back into doing what you want to do, what you need to do, and that's going to help you out immensely. Wow. Bangarang. All right. So here we go. Sierra and Dell, good to see you. Hope everything's going well. Okay, everybody, make sure you're hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share for me, please. All right? Tell somebody about this. Tell somebody what's going on. Get them to set up an appointment. Do whatever. It's one of those things we just need the help. All right? Thank you very much. So Sierra and Dell, hey, Rev Rob, I have an upcoming job interview. I made it into the second round. Congratulations. Pays more, but I would have to start over. Look, you know what just slammed into my head? Sweetheart, life's always about starting over. No matter what happens, what you do, how many times have we thought this is going to be? How many people kept a job but were miserable because they just didn't want to start over? How many people have stayed in a relationship that they know they shouldn't have because they just didn't want to start over? All right? Don't be afraid of starting over. It's okay. That's what life is about, is starting over, meeting our challenges and things like that. So, Sierrandell, upcoming job interview. Let's talk about what's going on, the blind spot. What is it you need to know about that maybe you might need to be aware of in this upcoming job? All right. And here we go. So let's do the cut. And in the upcoming job, wow, perspectives. Make sure what's hiding in there is not everybody thinks the same thing you do or whatnot. Don't second guess yourself, but don't also assume everybody's in agreement because they're nodding yes. Okay. We've all been in that group. You're okay. But when you walk into the next section of this, you need to be aware maybe everybody doesn't have the same vision you have. Make sure you're going along the vision of whatever needs to be. How important is it to you to take the job? Now, oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. What came from this, too, is you could be taking a job that has better pay, all right? But it's not going to make you happy. I want you to be careful of that. That's the hidden part. Are you going to be happy doing this? There was a job I had for a long time, my wife will tell you, where the pay was not great, all right? It was okay, but it wasn't anything to really retire on. But the benefits were so awesome. I could call out about any time. Some of it was paid, some of it wasn't, but I never had to worry about, hey, something's come up with the kids, something's come up with my family, or, hey, I'm going to Disney. I'm not going to be here on such and such date. The benefits, the insurance benefits, they would tell you when you came in, we can't pay you a lot, but we'll swamp you in benefits, okay? Matter of fact, I haven't worked there for 6-7 years, and we got a thing in the mail. I got to find it that says I have $14,000 sitting in a retirement benefit that I didn't even know about. So I got to go pull it. This is what I'm getting here. Long story to go. That was, be careful what you get for. Make sure you've turned everything upside down and looked at all the details. You might miss that job down the road. All right. The block that's going on. Yep. 3 of coins. This is about building something. 3, other people. What about relationships at the job you have? What about building something? Are y'all going to be building something together? Or are you going to be left alone? Okay. So this is a block about, do I want to start over? Which makes total sense. So that's where we're at. Take a look inside. What's really going on is there might be some other information that you need to know about the new job, actually towards your happiness. The block is understanding, I don't want to start over. I don't want to rebuild. I don't want to have to refurbish the house. I don't have to refurbish my job. And it's scary. It can be scary. That's what you have to weigh. All right. And then finally, what we have is the action. This action is telling me right up front, it's scary to do changes and things like that. It's scary. But if you feel that this job is going to benefit you in the long run, all right, if you feel that this job is going to hold you back, put you in a place that you don't want to be, or this job, the one you've got now, it's not as much money, but you're happy, you're content, you're going to work. You've got to follow your heart, but you got to keep the fear out of it. Okay? But make a decision. either turn around and walk away or come back and take the plunge. So that's what's going on. That's what I see, Sierra and Dell. Those are great cards for that question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bangarang. Good luck with that. Let us know what's going on because we have been there. I know I have been there. It's like, oh, I get offered this thing and I make changes, and then you wind up wishing you were back where you were, or you stay and you wind up, oh, should I have taken that job or whatnot? That's it. You have to look at both and then make the decision. And then once you make your decision, you just walk right on forward. Whatever the decision is, embrace it and go. All right? Wow. Michaeline, good to see you. Hi, Rev. What do I need to know? What is hidden that I'm not seeing? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I loved this when it came out, when Spirit gave it to me. All right. About this reading. It's simple. It's easy. And again, it can translate in almost any question. So that's what we're going to look at here. All right. Here's what's hidden. What is the blind spot? Let's take a look. Here we go. Bring this back up. Start off here. And your first card. Okay. There's something from the past. The Three of Swords is generally, look, there's a roadblock. Okay. We're too worried. She's always looking in the past. And a lot of times this has to deal with a relationship, even though it's up here in the head. Well, what does that mean? You were genuinely hurt or whatnot, but it's affected how we move forward. And you need that analytical mind to be able to move forward. So the Three of Swords, what's going on? There are some things, whether it be trauma-based, whether it just be aggravation-based, love-based, whatever, friendship-based, there's something out there that's hindering you from walking forward and claiming something in your life, all right? Making a change, doing something new. Now, the internal block here, it's almost like afraid of growth. Internal block. So we have to look at this. Remember, this is a wild card about things are going great, things are going good. But an internal block is, if you're wondering why you're not growing, it's holding on to something from the past that's making that happen. Spirit wants you to grow, all right? You want to grow. But if you feel like you're stuck and mired down, look, maybe your old self is trying to hang on because you don't trust what's coming because you don't know. We all have a fear of the unknown, all right? Some of us more than others, all right? But this fear of the unknown is going to be your internal block. Now, the action you need to take, new emotions. Your emotions need to flow, but you're going to have to change the way you feel about things and maybe let your emotions show you a new path. You know, Ace, there's new stuff out there. Ace of Cups, the water's flowing. It's all the emotions, all right, are there. But if I look at this, we're letting something from the past hold us down, keep us back. And what I'm supposed to do is continue to love, let your emotions pour out, change the way you're doing your emotions, bring them around, and allow new emotions to flow from new opportunities, everything. Everything's not going to be the way it was. But because of trauma, because of something we're holding back a little bit, and it might be something you're just not looking at, okay? We're missing all new blessings. We're missing the new flows and new things. Allow yourself to see a brighter future. Allow yourself to let your emotions go. Be happy. Show people you're happy. And in that, you'll be able to move forward and find some forward progress. All right? Wow. Banger. All right. Here we go. Let me bring these back up. All right. Sabi, S-A-B-Y, you're here. Okay. I wanted to know, how's my life going to be really? It's going good, but not fruitful. Will it change? Okay. These are the challenges, Sabi, that we're meant to face in life. Now, I want you to take a look at what can be changed by you. All right. What is there that you can change? What action should you do? So this is, again, a very perfect scenario for this reading. So let's take a look. Sabi wants to know, all right, let's bring this up, about he's having a good life. I love that he's grateful that he's having a good life, but he doesn't feel fruitful. Why is that? So what is that? What's going on there? So let's do a cut. And your blind spot, okay, ooh, I would say this is definitely caused by like a fear of the unknown. There are things that are happening, some emotional tensions that are rising. Use your intuition, okay? Now, this is what's going on is I don't think you're using your intuition to its fullest power, all right? And that's allowing some of these emotions to bubble up, all right, and kind of keep you from making that next step, moving ahead, driving forward. The 18, 1 and 8 is a 9, and that's about manifesting. It's about bringing things into life, about bringing things up, but we can bring up the wrong things. Follow your gut, okay? And again, I'm seeing a running theme here of fear popping into a lot of people's lives, all right? We got to try to get through the gate we're going to do, but we have to decide how much. We keep waiting for an exact answer, and guess what? It never comes. We're never going to have all of the answers is what this card's, but it will, the moon will come out and show you as much as Spirit wants you to know. This is saying Spirit wants you to use your gut, trust in Spirit, use your intuition, use your gratitude, and be able to move forward. Now, the block, what's going on here to make this even more? Yep, 2 of coins, okay? Shuffling too many things around, all right? This is about understanding, look, we got the coins and we got a bucket full of boats is the way I see this, which means water is emotion, all right? We're trying to figure out too many things, and one of the things I would tell you, slow down. Make a plan. Start looking at what's going on. 2s are about relationship, and they're about duality. Where do you feel you need to be, and what do you need to do, all right? But you need to stop being so frantic about it and trying everything else, and pick something that you want to do. Know your guide, know where you want to go, especially in your career or making things happen, and then you'll be able to move forward. So your action here is going to be, look, thank you, Spirit, make a plan. Knight of Swords. This is saying get the emotions out of it. Get all the emotions out of it and start looking at this. The king's going to give you an order. You're the king, okay? And the other part of your brain needs to follow through, come up with a strategy to complete your wishes, and then follow that strategy. That's your action. That's where you go, okay? Let me tell you something. I've had numerous people tell me how hard I've worked, how hard I work, et cetera, yada, yada, all right? One of the things, though, I will tell you, you can work yourself to the bone and not achieve your goal. You're doing everything everybody tells you to do. You're being helpful. But you're not saying, wait a minute. I have to decide which path I'm going to go down. Take this time. Stop being so scattered, all right? Pick something, make a plan, and move on it. That's what I have for you. So, yes, I see you have the total capability, Sabi, that's exactly what you can do. You just got to get some self-control involved and some self-discipline. And let me tell you something. I know that feeling well, bro. Okay? Know it well. So, banger. Glad to see that and see what's going on. So, at AM, good to see you. Hi, can I get a general love message? I am single. AM, we are going to use this same spread to make sure you see what's going on in your love life. Like I said, I love this when it came up with it, that it shows I can use it in just about anything. So what are you missing? What is the blind spot in your love life? Let's find out. We'll do some shuffling here. All right. And then I'm going to take a second. I'm going to drink my coffee a little bit, get settled down. Let me know. Gillian will put it up here for me to see how that, excuse me, how this reading is working for people. I love doing these types of readings a little more in depth, things like that, rather than just feeling like we're rushing through things. I really feel strong messages coming through here, but put it in there if any of this makes sense to you or anybody else. So, all right, here we go. AM. So AM, the blind spot. What is your blind spot? In Spirit, we're particularly asking about the love life. And you came in a little late, that's okay. The meaning, the piece of the puzzle you are currently overlooking, all right, with your love life. Let's see what that is right out of the gate. And that comes in the King of Coins, all right? Now, what this is talking about is being in control of your real world, of what's going on around you. What this is telling me, one of the things you need to be aware of is, I don't know if you're a little scattered in the physical world, things might unorganized, okay? This is about, and with your finances being a little loose, I don't know, okay? Just telling you. But what you're not seeing is that need, and how does this play? Many people look at how you spend your money, what you're doing before they decide if they want to get in a relationship. Are you being too flashy? Are you putting substance over really feelings and over reality? Okay. That's the important question here. So this is what it's saying, as you can't see, is taking charge of your financial world, your real world, those things happening around you. The block is coming because you're trying to do too much. Okay. Look, we're right back in coins. All right. You're trying, man, this is really telling me something. I feel like, don't be offended. Okay. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. All right. But there are things that are coming down for you personally about maybe waste not, want not. You're trying to do things that are beyond your control. You're trying to live a life that's a little bit beyond your control, because our page here is a young boy trying to push this huge Shire horse. Now, I don't know if any of y'all know horses. You got Clydesdales, you got Shires. Last time I was around them, I don't know what's going on now with all the steroids and everything, but Shires were actually bigger than Clydesdales, okay? At least they were in the broad width. I love the Shire because it could hold my weight, but they are massive. They are massive. And look at this guy here. And if we look, it's actually like the maiden who is on the horse, okay, is looking at somebody over on her right and kind of laughing about it. About, look, watch this little guy try to move this horse. And the horse is like, are you kidding me? All right. It's laughing. But he's doing it. He's all in it. Everything's there. So this is why this might be a block to you of what's going. You're so concentrated on one area, you're not seeing the bigger picture. All right. So the best action I have, oh, look at this. 2 of Wands. Remember, I was just talking about making a plan. The 2 of Wands is the planning card. In your love life, we're going to stay with this in your love life. The theme, all right, is make a plan. Calm down. Know what you're doing. Do you know who you want? Or are you just waiting to find somebody? Okay. You need to move on with your life, plan your life, and move in that direction. Once you are moving in that direction and you're on your own, where you are starting to take precedence over everybody else, the people that will come into your life are going to be put there by Spirit to help you finish. And in that, that's where, if you follow your own life plan, that's where you're going to meet the person that you'll fall in love with. And they will fall in love with you. I tell people in love situations all the time, we bring people into our lives that shouldn't be there. We're like, oh, he plays softball. I got to go to the softball game every Saturday. If you don't like softball, don't go. but then this guy probably shouldn't be in your life unless you love him so much. And he returns the favor of, I want to stay home. And we're staying home, and he's perfectly happy staying home. This is one of those things. If you go do your life plan, doing what you want to do, be where you want to be, all right, you will meet people doing what you want to do and in the places where you want to be. And that's what I see as being very important here in this with your love life, and where you could actually probably take it to the next level. Wow. Banger. All right, there we go. Man, Deborah, it is good to see you. I'm glad to see you because I just saw about the tea the other day, and I don't know how I missed it, but I'll be getting with you. Thank you very much. So, Reverend Rob, would you be kind enough to do a collective reading if time permits? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to do that right now. And here's what I want everybody to do. We're going to take a moment. We're going to breathe. Just breathe in, breathe out. Connect with each other. I don't know what everybody looks like or anything, but you know what? We can connect spiritually. We connect energetically and say, Heavenly Father, in this reading, we want to know what we as the collective, as the Barefoot Bangarang tribe, anybody that's here, we need to find out what's in our blind spot as a group, what's blocking us as a group, and what we need to do collectively to move forward. This is one of those things. Bring that spirit in, bring it down, let your words come through, not mine. So mote it be. All right. So, Deborah, here we go. Great question. Thank you for asking it. All right. Boom. Here we go. All right. I'm going to shuffle one more time. As a group, as a tribe, as a community, and whether you're a current member of the tribe or not, you're here, you're part of the tribe tonight. So let's see what's going on here, and let's find out. So, do a cut, and let's see what's happening. So, the tribe, our blind spot, the piece of the puzzle we all need to be able to see that's being blocked, what's going on. And there's that intuition card. This is the true intuition card. This is that gut instinct. This is the moon, that feminine spirit. You need to remember, the trickstress is the moon. All right? When do things look weird? In the full moon. Shadows get cast. Things look different or whatnot. And in the light of the moon, werewolves, things like that. When do these things come out that are scary? In the full moon. And the moon is here, and we've driven up things from our emotional state that are, holding us back, that are keeping us. What we're not seeing is we say we use our intuition, but we're not constantly there. Are we aligning it every morning? Are we saying hello to spirit? Are we using spirit to come in and say, I'm going to override fears. I'm going to override things that aren't true so I can find the things that are. So as a collective, we need to understand one of the things it's in our blind spot is not using our intuition to its full potential. All right. We think we know, but we don't know. Or we think we do, but we don't. So the internal block on this, that's what's standing in the way, emotions. This is just it, emotions. Some days we feel like it, some days we don't. It's an emotional time in our whole country right now. All right. The country's being run out of an emotional state, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen across the board. Either side, don't care. All right. It's too emotional. And we have become so emotional, all right, that it's creating a block. And it's stopping us from using our intuition. We get up, I got this many people to do. I got these tasks I got to complete. I don't feel like it. I'm aggravated. I've been watching the news, doom scrolling, things like that. And therefore, we adjust. We need to, what's really the internal block, the internal defense, limiting belief, is we're letting our emotions get in the way. All right? Step away from it. Look, let the emotions go. Now then, we have the action, the path forward, the ace of coins. Live in the real world. Stop living in the YouTube world, and the TikTok world, and the Instagram world. Stop living in everybody else's world and realize we have so many blessings, so many things we can literally turn around and look at and be happy, because this is where allow new things to flow in your real world. All right. This is Deborah. Thanks for asking this question. The ace of coins is we have fortune all around us. Do we allow it to flow? Do we move forward? Do we take the steps we need to do? Do we look at happiness? Do we need to adjust with the emotions what happiness actually means, okay, to us? That's very, very important. So we have to allow new things to flow into our life, allow the earth to give us things, allow spirit to grant us our blessings, acknowledge them, and realize maybe it's time. I don't care how old you are. It's time to strike a new path. It's time to look at the world differently. All right. And be that different person and allow spirit to flow. Talk to spirit. You know, if we talk to spirit every day, and I don't just mean in passing, if we would get up, have our morning prayer, your morning ritual, whatever you want to call it, all right, and say, I'm here and I'm giving my spirit, my life right now to my higher power. Show me what I need today to make my life happy, to make somebody else's life happy, or to show me why I should be happy. When we do that, as we move through the day, we tend to want to keep that type of thought process and that energy around us. It will change how we think, it will change how we go throughout the day, and it will change our day, and our blessings and goodness can flow to us like it's supposed to be. Wow. Bangeray. All right. So good. Thank you, Miss Deborah. I appreciate it so much. So, Maria, may I ask for a general for the next 4 days? Maria, what I'm doing is just what I just did. I will give you what's your blind spot, all right, in the next 4 days, what's blocking, what's an internal block, and the path you need to take to get there or to move forward, okay? So that's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. We bring this back up. Boom. All right, so there's our cut. Wow. The blind spot. What we're not seeing is we have the ability to create and bring life and bring power and to do things in this world to bring absolute beauty, growth, fertility, everything else in this world. All right. We have that ability, but we're blinded to it. This is a piece of the cup of the puzzle that we're currently overlooking. What am I trying to create? Am I trying to create pure wealth? Okay. Why? Start asking that why question. I got wealth now. What do you want to do with that wealth? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? You know, I want to have a relationship. I want a love life. Okay. Why? What are you going to build? What's that going to change your life? This is all that thing. If you realize every one of us can create something absolutely and astonishingly beautiful, your power would be so much better. All right. What I'm seeing here now is the internal block. Ooh, we've seen this guy before. All right. You're limiting to your own beliefs and your own system, what we've chained ourselves to. Okay. So over the next 4 days, you got to make sure you break chains. In other words, watch doing something just because it's a habit. There might be a new thing coming up, and Maria, you want to take a look at it. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Definition of insanity: same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So it's time to change your path. Let this go, and you will be able to create what you need to take. Wow, here we go, Knight of Swords. All right, there we are again. This is so important. People stop just going through life every day, having no plan, no idea. I'm just going to let spirit lay it out in front of me. You know what? I don't care which scripture or path you look at, all right? Confucius didn't become, or the Buddha didn't become, by sitting down and saying, just give it to me. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. He had to walk outside the kingdom. The prince left the kingdom. He took off his clothes, walked out of the kingdom, and then started walking through life with the plan of, if God needs me or if spirit wants me to have it, it will give it to me, okay? It will put it in my path. That's what's going on. So we need to understand, we need a plan. We need to know what do we want? Where do we want to go? So doesn't mean everything has to stay exactly the same for this thing, but in the next 4 days, you better come up with a strategy and stick to it. All right? That's what I see, Maria. Wow. Bang. All right. There we go. Well, everybody, it's been great. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. I hope everybody had a good time with this reading and the way it went. I felt like these were deeper and more what I enjoy doing. I'm going to start doing things like this, I think, a little more, because even I enjoyed it better and it just made me feel better. All right. So everybody, with all that being said, remember, take what you want. Leave what you don't. It's okay. Forget about it. All right. Don't dump it on me, but just walk away from it. All right. But most important, look in what was given and find some peace, some love, and some light. Bang, all right.